My father always said I ruined our family. I finally told him he'd done that all by himself. I was 20 and taking my little brother Sam home from his championship game when a delivery van blew through a stop sign and hit us head-on on his side. The sound was so loud my ears rang for days. The crash left Sam with a spinal injury that put him in a wheelchair for the rest of his life. I woke in the hospital with a concussion and a broken wrist. My mother sat beside my bed, and when I asked about Sam, she broke down. My father wouldn't come into my room. The police report was clear. The van driver was texting and ran the sign. I had the right of way, and there was nothing I could have done. It didn't matter. When I was discharged, my father looked at me like I was a stranger. "You were driving," he said. "You were supposed to look out for him." I told him it wasn't my fault. "You're the reason my son will never walk again." He moved my things into the basement that week and told me to stay out of Sam's room. For the next year, I lived in that house like a ghost. My father would take everyone out to dinner and leave me behind. On Sam's 17th birthday, he threw a huge party and told me I wasn't welcome. I tried everything. I wrote him letters apologizing for something that was never mine to apologize for. He tore them up. I gave him a gift on his birthday. He handed it to a coworker. I sat down at family dinners and he'd get up and leave. When I finished high school, no one came. I moved out the next week. I kept trying. I called every Sunday and he'd hang up the second he heard my voice. I mailed holiday gifts and they came back unopened. I went to Sam's graduation and my father told the ushers I was causing a scene. I went to college, then nursing school. I thought maybe if I spent my life helping people, he'd finally see I wasn't a monster. I sent him my pinning ceremony announcement. He didn't come. I got married and invited my whole family. My mother came alone and said my father refused. She told me to give him time. It had been 8 years. I had a son and sent an announcement. My father never acknowledged it. My boy turned 4 having never met his grandfather. I tried one last time, showed up at their door at Thanksgiving with my little boy on my hip. My father opened it, looked at us and said, "You've got some nerve bringing a child here when you took mine." Then he shut the door in our faces. I stopped trying after that. Last month, my mother called. "Sam's gone," she said. I couldn't breathe. A long illness had finally overwhelmed him. His body had never fully recovered, and pneumonia settled in and wouldn't clear. We were both crying. "The service is Saturday," she said. "Can I come?" She was quiet a long time. "Your father says no." I hung up and screamed into a pillow. My brother was gone and I wasn't allowed to say goodbye. I drove there anyway and sat in my car across the street, watching them carry his casket out. My father was barely standing. My mother held him up. I wanted to run over and grieve with them, but I knew he'd only turn away. I went to the cemetery after everyone had gone and stood alone at Sam's grave in the cold. I told him I was sorry. Sorry I couldn't protect him that night. Sorry I wasn't allowed to be his sibling for the last 20 years. Sorry he died, maybe believing I'd abandoned him. I stayed until the sun went down, telling him about all the years we should have had. 2 weeks later, my mother called again. "Your father wants to see you." "Why now?" "He needs you. We both do. Sam was everything, and now he's gone, and we have no one." Something snapped in me. "You had me," I said. "You always had me. I tried for 20 years and he shut every door." I drove over. My father looked like he'd aged a decade in 2 weeks. He reached for me. "I'm so sorry. I was wrong about all of it. I blamed you and I never should have. Please come back. Be our child again. We can't lose you too." I stood looking at the man who'd spent 20 years telling me I destroyed his life. "You kept me from my brother for 20 years, I said. "I'll never get that back. He died thinking I didn't love him. Do you understand that?" He was sobbing. "I know. I'm sorry. Please. I have a son," I said. "Your grandson. You shut a door in his face on Thanksgiving. We want to meet him. We want to be a family again. You don't get to decide that now. You had 20 years. You spent every one of them punishing me for something that was never my fault. Now Sam's gone, you're alone, and suddenly I'm good enough. Please don't leave us," he said. "You left me first."